What's up, everybody? This is a video that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I was going to try to hold off until Funko let us know what the other Rick and Morty figure is going to be for San Diego Comic-Con. That still has not happened yet. I think the other reveals are pretty much done. There might be some last-minute surprises, but I'm tired of waiting. I just want to go ahead and get to it and share with you all my thoughts on Funko's SDCC exclusives for 2019. You see here the list of all of the exclusives that have been revealed, and this is a list that I put together, and I shared this with my patrons first. I let them get a look at it first for it's been up on Patreon for a while now, but then the other day I did go ahead and share this in the community post. I also shared it on Instagram. I have been updating it, and I've already updated it since the Instagram post and the community post because I accidentally left off Being from Disenchantment. I made sure that she was added on here. And then Funko did have another reveal. I can't remember if it was an official reveal or not, but there is a Blizzard Entertainment exclusive, a Overwatch 2-pack that I added on here as well. So as far as I know, these are all of the exclusives right now. And as I go through this video, I'm not going to address every single figure. I'm just going to touch on certain aspects of the exclusives that I really want. Now, things that basically really stand out in my mind that I really want to focus on. So do keep that in mind. I'm not trying to cover every single figure that's going to be available, but let's go ahead and get to it. So I've said it before and I still stand by it. I still feel like this is the best wave that Funko has done for this year. Disney is really on point. I like that they have a movie, the Black Cauldron represented that, I think that's a surprise to people. I don't think anybody would have called that out. They have, the Moana item to me is probably with a weaker item. I don't know if anybody's really clamoring for that, but it does look cool. At least got to give it that. They got Carl and Ellie, the young Carl and Ellie from Up. That is awesome. I think that's very cute, very cool. Even somebody that may not be a Funko collector might be interested in that if they actually like the movie Up. They also have Quasimodo. That's a big one that I'm sure, a lot of Disney fans have been waiting on. And then, of course, they have the two characters from Toy Story. They have Chuckles and Mr. Pricklepants, and both of them, have really cute designs. They look on point. So again, I think they did a phenomenal job with the Disney wave. I think it definitely stands above the others. I definitely have to touch on the Marvel wave, and overall I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's just 4 figures, but they did Wong, and I think Wong has become significant enough in the MCU that it really does, deserve his own pop. Doesn't look direct, exactly like the actor, but still pretty solid pop. Minerva, I actually really like the look of Minerva. I like the look of her in the movie as well, and that pop has actually inspired me to get some of the other Kree pops, including, the Verse pop as well. So I want to add those to my collection now. Gamora is cool. I like that they did a comic book version of her, since they do have a comic book version of Star-Lord and Rocket Raccoon, so that's on point to me. And Man-Thing, I think, is definitely the standout here. His design looks really cool. Definitely going to add him, to my list. But yeah, to me, the Marvel wave is pretty solid. I think individually, outside of a convention, these pops may not get a whole lot of attention. But yeah, I think with them being exclusives, that draws some more attention to them, and I think they deserve it. So again, the Marvel wave, pretty solid overall. Now, getting to what's available based off of, the movies, of course, they have what's going to be shared with the Funko shop, the Vegan Police, which they don't consider that part of the movie wave, but it basically might as well be, But of course, they're from Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It's kind of meh to me, but as far as the other movie pops are concerned, I think it's a really nice mix there. I definitely like the Teen Wolf one, so they got creative with the movie wave. I give them props on that as well. With Harry Potter and then, Fantastic Beasts, I think it's cool that they did Rita Skeeter and Nagini. And forgive me if I mispronounced her name. I know some people are not happy about the flocked fox. That's just a variant, but that's going to happen with a convention. They're always going to have some variants in the mix there. So I can't really speak to that, though, because I'm not a fan of those franchises necessarily. But as far as movies concerned, overall, I like the variety. I like the creativity with some of the figures here. Now, with video games, I know some people are not happy that they only have 2, but that is 3 items now. I'll get to the 3rd item here in just a second. But they got that very cool looking McCree from Overwatch. I like that. They got the glow-in-the-dark Loot Llama, which, it's just a simple variant. It's okay. But, I mean, they never do anything too crazy for video games. But I got to say, though, that 2-pack that they have here that you're looking at now of Reinhardt and Bridget, I think it looks phenomenal. It's really nice colors, I think it just looks, really cool. And again, this is going to be shared on Blizzard Entertainment's website. And I may try to do like a community post or something, try to let people know when that becomes available on the site. Just like the other releases, it should be available as of July 19th. But in my opinion, that looks pretty solid. If you're an Overwatch fan, definitely let me know what you think about this 2-pack here. Moving on to a couple of random figures, and I'm not going to touch on certain figures because some of them are just fandoms I'm not familiar with at all, or they're things that may have been before my time. But just touching on a couple of these here, I said it before, I really like the design for Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I think she looks very cool. I want to see that type of design applied to other characters. I think Peter Pez looks very cool. He's with Toy Tokyo, which is going to be tough for some people to try to get him, but I do think it's a cool looking pop. I really like that they did the the Simpsons 2-pack here of the aliens, of course, from the Treehouse of Terror. That's on point. I think Simpsons fans will try to snatch that up. In fact, I know some people have said that's pretty much all they're going for, and I don't blame them. If that's if there's one item that they really want to get and they're a Simpsons fan, I mean, yeah, of course, that makes sense. And then I know people have been waiting on Ratfink as well. I really like the glow-in-the-dark variant. The chrome variants are, whatever. I mean, they kind of make sense for the character to have some chrome variants, but the glow-in-the-dark one is definitely on point. I do kind of wonder still if they're going to do a non-glow version at some point. That would be nice because, again, Toy Tokyo can be a little bit rough. But overall, I think these are some standouts for this convention. Then I want to touch on these figures here because this feels a little bit backwards to me. So the Otter Pops have not even dropped yet. And before they've even dropped, people already know that most people are not going to be able to complete this set. I think that's kind of a bad business move. Making Louis Blue Raspberry SDCC only, that doesn't make quite, too much sense to me. I feel like he should be in greater numbers, or if not greater numbers, at least I think he should be shared on the Funko shop. And then I know some people won't like me saying this, but the Batman with the SDCC bag, that's the one I feel should be convention only because it is so directly tied to the convention. And then maybe, maybe they could still put a couple on the Funko shop, for people that are really on their toes to try to grab it. But that one to me makes more sense as a convention exclusive, but that's just my opinion on that. Some people may be happy with the way it is. Some people may not be happy either way, but that's just my opinion on it there. Now here, I definitely want to break this down because the animation wave to me doesn't feel like a true animation wave. Yes, these are animated characters, but 4 of them are anime, and then you have Astronaut Snoopy, that kind of outlier in this wave. So that's kind of odd to me. I feel like what Funko should have done here is to just straight up do an anime wave. I mean, keep the ones that they already have here in the mix, even though Red Chrome Vegeta is whatever. I don't think he's like a big deal. Maybe some people are hyped about it, but I don't even see why Red is tied to him as a character. But with the Chromes, they're kind of random sometimes, and I'm going to get to that some more later on. But so it is what it is. But getting back to what I was saying though, instead of having Snoopy in the mix with the animation, the so-called animation wave, just have an anime wave and then do a pop based off of either Naruto or One Punch Man, 2 series that basically have not been represented by a Funko Pop in a while. And especially with One Punch Man, they really haven't done many figures for it yet. So that's why I I'm pointing out these 2 animes here because, yeah, I could say, My Hero Academia, but there's already another wave of My Hero Academia on the wave. There's already some other anime that just had figures released. So looking at, all those, factors there, again, that's why I think it should have been either another Naruto pop or another One Punch Man pop. So, that's my feelings on that. And then as far as Snoopy is concerned, then yes, put him in an animation wave. Go ahead and put Bean from Disenchantment right along with him because of course she fits. I'm not sure why she got, maybe it was a licensing thing that got held up or whatever, and that's why they announced her separately. But I consider her part of, animation. And then of course there's the Rick and Morty pops. And yes, I already know about, the one that has been revealed. I'm not sharing it here directly right now in this video, but yeah, one of them has been revealed. We're still waiting on the other. And I feel like though, treat those as part of the animation wave as well. So I think anime and animation really should have been separated. Now we're getting to the main reason why I wanted to do this video. I cannot lie, I was greatly disappointed when I saw the reveals for DC. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Now, I do want to give some credit where credit is due. Funko started off this year kind of strong with DC. They had the Constantine pop, which I really like. They've been doing the Batman anniversary pops, which a lot of those are very cool, like Owlman, Red Death. They've been on it, and there's been some other DC characters as well this year that I really like the pops for them. But this DC wave just to me doesn't feel like a true DC wave. Okay, so first of all, here we got Cisco and his plain clothing. Why? Like, I don't understand why that pop really needs to be. Now, if you're a big fan of the character, I'm not trying to say that this pop should not exist, but especially putting it as a convention exclusive, I don't really get this. I feel like this should have been out a while ago, if they were going to do this figure. And then next, we have here the teal chrome Batman. Again, it's a color that I don't think really ties to the character, but I will say this. With Batman, I kind of understand doing him in a lot of different colors just because he is so popular, but also he's had so many different outfits. He's even had a rainbow outfit before in the past, and they did a pop based on that. So I can understand doing a lot of different colors for Batman, at least. And I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I'm kind of a sucker for chrome at times, so I'm not gonna say that the chrome pops shouldn't exist. Are there too many? Maybe. Like when they drop like the 6 Thanos at one time and then the 6 Hulks, coming at one time. I mean, it is a lot, but if they kind of space them out the way that they've been doing Batman, that feels a little bit more reasonable. But and like I said, I really think that the colors should kind of fit the character. But with Batman, I understand them being very flexible with the color, but still, it doesn't make this wave. And then Kato. Yes, Kato, we definitely need a Kato pop, a standalone Kato pop. There's obviously a Kato that's in the 2-pack with Green Hornet. But when I think DC, I do not think about Green Hornet. I don't think about Kato. Yes, I know they have been in the comics and they're tied, they have ties to DC, but I don't think about them when I think DC. So I don't understand why Kato was put here as part of the DC wave. Now, again, I'm not going to try to say that any of the figures that I'm addressing should not exist, because regardless of what a figure is, there's somebody out there that's excited about that. And I'm not trying to rain on their parade, but I do feel like this was a missed opportunity to go ahead and give us some different characters. And it's kind of a shame that the Big Bang Theory pops have more DC going on than the actual DC wave. And no, I do not consider this as representing DC. This is really representing Big Bang Theory. I know there's obviously the crossover there, but when it comes down to it, this represents Big Bang Theory. And as somebody that's not into that series anymore, and I know the series has ended, but I kind of fell off on it a couple of seasons ago. This just really doesn't do anything for me. It kind of gives me that, the memory of that episode. It was a very fun episode, but I'm not going to get these, because I feel like if you're going to get these, you really would want all of them together. And I'm just not going to invest into that when I lost interest in the series. So again, this to me is more about Big Bang Theory than about DC. And like I said, this was really an opportunity to give us some more new characters. Funko has done it before. We got Red Hood as a Comic-Con exclusive. I was very happy about that. We got some other dope characters and even some very cool variants of Batman. But, just think about some of the characters that we don't have. I would love to see, a classic Green Arrow. I've been saying that for a while. Zatanna, we definitely need Zatanna. I think she's a really fun character. I'm not going to name every single character here, but you see some of the characters that come to my mind. I really like Atrocitus. I think Atrocitus along with Dexter would be dope. Cyborg Superman, that would be a great variant on Superman, even though it's a different character. You get what I'm saying? A variation on his pops, I really like Deadman, and Deadman has at least been in a DC animated movie, so I think, he should, have some representation there. Basically with DC, we definitely need, there's some heroes that aren't represented. We got some classic characters not represented, and we definitely have a lot of villains not represented. So yeah, I was hoping this would be a great year for DC, and like I said, it started off kind of strong, and then it's become more and more about Batman because of his anniversary, and it feels like it's kind of going off track, for me in a way, not giving us more different characters that haven't been represented before. So again, I feel like this is like probably the biggest missed opportunity as far as the con is concerned. And again, when I look back at this DC wave, it just doesn't feel like a true DC wave to me. And I have to say the same thing about Star Wars because it's not all about my fandoms. For Star Wars, I feel like this is not a true Star Wars wave. And in the past, there's been maybe just 2 or 3 figures for Star Wars. So I'm not surprised that there's only 2 pops. And I will say, you know, at least the green does make sense for these characters. Yoda more so than Boba Fett, even though I know he wears green, but Yoda actually is green. I think the green chrome Yoda makes more sense than the gold and blue chrome Yoda, but they did them anyway, you know, so it makes sense, but it's still not exciting for a convention. You know, again, the same deal with Star Wars. There are characters that have not been represented and variants on characters that have not been represented. Again, I'm not going to run through all of these because I've touched on them before in different videos, but one that definitely stands out to me that I think there should be a pop of is a 4-armed General Grievous. Yes, there is a General Grievous that was a Walgreens exclusive with the 2 arms, but I think a battle-ready General Grievous with the 4 lightsabers would be really dope as a pop. Same deal with Darth Maul, you know, with the spider legs. That would be absolutely amazing. So yeah, as far as Star Wars is concerned, there's nothing that's going to really blow anybody away here. So yeah, to basically sum this up, with SDCC, this is a time when collectors want to spend money. Like, we really want to actually spend money and add some heat to our collections, and I'm just not feeling that this year. And you see my list here. Man-Thing is a must for me. Minerva is a must for me. I was kind of iffy on Teen Wolf, just because even though I love the movie, I like the comic more. But the more I look at this exclusive, yeah, I want to get that one right away. I kind of came around on that one. Even though, yeah, you know, chrome can kind of be overdone, I do like teal as a color, and I like Batman in general. I think he works with different colors. So yeah, I'm on the fence about it still, you know, because I don't know if I'll get it and then be like, man, just it's another chrome pop, you know. So I might have buyer's remorse, but yeah, that's why I say I'm on the fence about that one right now. The Gamora, it's the same deal. I think I'd like to have it in my collection, but it's not like I'm clamoring for it, you know, so we'll see. And then the Rick and Morty pops, the first one that they revealed, or that's been leaked, I guess I should say, that one does not interest me. So I'll see what the other one is. Hopefully it's something cool. But yeah, my shopping list, my want list for, or wish list, whatever you want to call it, for SDCC has never been this short as a collector. Yeah, this is definitely my shortest list ever at a time when I really want to spend money. So it is what it is at this point. You know, I definitely want to hear your thoughts about this. And I got to take care of some business here real quick before I wrap this up. So of course I surpassed 30K. I had a 30K giveaway, and you know, it's all done at this point. You know, hopefully if you wanted to be entered, you did enter. And on the screen here, you will see the winner of the giveaway, who is going to win the Iron Man pops that you see here. And I will need the winner to contact me within the next 2 to 3 days. I'm gonna, in fact, I'll say 3 days. I'll give it 3 days from the time of this recording. I need to hear from the winner so I can work it out to get your prize out to you. If I do not hear from the winner, and I don't always do this, but if I do not hear from the winner, I am going to do a redrawing. So if you entered, don't give up yet. I gotta wait and hear from the winner, and I will announce it. Please don't ask about it. Some people get a little impatient, you know. Trust me, I will let you know whether or not the prize was claimed in you know, one of my future videos, you know, in a couple of days. So be on the lookout for that. But like I said, you know, the giveaway is not done until the prize is actually claimed, and I really want this to go to somebody that hopefully is an Iron Man fan, you know. And by the way, props to the winner as well for putting some really, you know, deep thought into his response. I did have I think this was like the 4th drawing that I did, because I had one person whose comment had nothing to do with the question that I threw out there. Another person talked about a villain instead of a hero. I have no idea why. They just ignored the directions. And then the other person, I think the other person ended up talking about more than one hero. So again, they kind of ignored my directions. So this was the first person I got to that really followed the directions and really put some thought into their response. And I really do appreciate that. And I hope that you will, you know, claim your prize quickly. So yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I know I rattled off a lot there quickly. I may have rambled some, forgive me for that. But now I really do want to hear your thoughts about San Diego Comic-Con. I know I've already heard from some of you, but still, I really want you to sound off in the comments. Let me know your overall feelings about this year's San Diego Comic-Con. You know, the Funko exclusives. What are you trying to get? What are you happy about? What are you disappointed in? What do you wish they would have done? You know, just anything that you want to share about it, sound off in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you drop a like on it. Look forward to future content coming up, including Funko news. And I will talk to you all again real soon.